Good afternoon, patriots. This is my closing rant for the weekend. I hope I've had a blessed weekend. I was watching my Redskins play, and guess what they reminded me of? Our government. Inept, right? What can you say, right? But anyway, I'm going to say this to the American people. If you don't want to hear this, if you don't want to hear the truth, okay, don't listen to my video. You know when the FBI came out the other day and they said there was an ISIS threat and a terrorist threat against veterans in our country, they may attack veterans and military personnel within our country at their homes and stuff like that. It's amazing to me that they'll come out and say that the FBI will come out and say that. You know why? All you Obama lovers out there, I want you to listen to this. Have you ever seen our president come up and speak and say, you know what, American people, we have a problem and ISIS may be threatening our home country? No, I ain't never heard him say none of that, because when he gets on TV, what does he say? It's a safer world we live in, right? What does he say when he was asked about leadership? Well, global warming, right? Al Gore said the damn ice caps would be shrunk and gone. 15, 20 years ago, he said by now they'd be gone and they're doubled in size. Farmer's Almanac says we're going to have the worst winter in history. Well, in a decade this year. More snowfall everywhere this year. Right? But yet this president says leadership is global warming. But then he'll tell you they ain't a threat, there's not a threat against terrorism in our country, but on the same token, the FBI will come out and warn. Hold on, here's what gets me too, people. They'll call people like me and you terrorists, the people that's fought for our country, that fight for our flag, hold on to our weapon, and believe in that Bible, believe in everything. Right? That's what they call us, right? Domestic terrorists. But then they'll turn around and tell us to defend ourselves because we have to be vigilant because they might be ISIS cells or terrorist cells in our country that may attack us, right? Yeah. But have you ever seen our president get on TV and warn us about what's happening? No, I haven't. He don't even call them ISIS. He calls them ISIL, right? And as I was watching the Washington Redskins today, and I'll stick with them. You know what? I'll take the good and the bad. I'm not a bandwagon rider. You know what I'm saying? If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. I still enjoy it. But the thing is, I've always noticed, if you look back in the Redskins' history, they did good when the government was doing good. Think about it. In the 80s, when Reagan took over and the country was doing this, the Redskins was doing this, right? When Bush, you can say a lot of things about Bush, but he loved our military and he loved our country. Redskins, they didn't go to, But the thing is, Redskins reminded me of our government today. Government today. Inept. And our president, that won't ever make a speech and tell the American people to be vigilant, that he cares about the American people. I ain't heard him say any. I have never heard him say a speech where he actually talks about the American people, like Ronald Reagan. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do it, is he? He can't even call a terrorist a terrorist. He calls them ISIL, right? He calls the Quran the Holy Quran, right? But he don't talk about that Bible unless he's making jokes about it, right? But anyway, this is something to think about this weekend. Patriots, have a blessed weekend. God bless all of you. Get the word out there for Robert McLeod Jr. so we can get good leadership in this country. And better luck next week with my boys. But Clemson did win. But anyway, Patriots out.